Hey, what's up, everybody? We are out here doing a little project on a new trailer we bought. Actually, it's not a new trailer; it's a used trailer we bought. This thing is a 2006 6x12 trailer. Bought it from a good buddy of mine, High Tire Crafts. I'm sure y'all saw them in plenty of our videos now and know that we're good friends.
Yep.
But he bought a new trailer, and so we purchased his old one here to haul our merchandise on when we go to these shows. And it makes it a whole lot easier carrying all these chairs and baby swings and all that than trying to load it in the truck. But right before we first got it, while his other trailer's been made, he noticed a small leak did appear in the roof. And we thought it was coming around the skylight, you know, the vent area. Not
totally
completely convinced that's where it was,
yeah.
but it wasn't a bad leak. I mean, it was literally just a little drip.
A little drip, yep.
But, you know, our chairs have fabric on them. And so when we go to the shows, we just don't want the fabric wet. I mean, it's outdoor fabric. It's not like it would hurt it or anything.
Right.
But we just didn't want them to get wet and show up for a show. And so we was looking at what to do with the trailer. Of course, we're going to put our logos and everything else on here. It's all about product placement in our minds. Everything's for the brand.
Yep.
We like our brand on everything. And so in doing all that, we was looking into what to do with the roof to get it to stop leaking. And we watched, just like anybody else does, we do our research on YouTube.
Yep.
And we looked at, obviously, we have our camper too that we bought here locally, and they had some stuff, that you can reseal your camper tops with. There was Cool Seal, there's Flex Seal. I mean, there's 15 million kind of seals out there that you can put on there. We ended up going with the Flex Seal. And yes, I know you've seen it on TV, but Lowe's and Home Depot and every place else carries it now. And basically it's a rubberized coating you can put on there. We went with it just simply because watching the other videos, it seemed to last longer and look better year after year than some of the others. Some of them, especially on top of a trailer, I mean, it's getting beat in the sun all the time. This trailer sits outside 24/7.
Well, and the ease of application was one of the things that swayed us in that direction as well. Super easy to apply. It does tend to last, like Randall said, and it just looks really good.
So anyways, after watching all those videos, we decided to go with the Flex Seal. So we went and bought a gallon of it, basically, because we was afraid the little quart, they got it in the little quart or pint size. I think it's quart size.
Quarts.
But they're basically $30 a piece. You can get the gallon, which is 4 of those. If you wonder why my camera's shaking, I've got it propped on a ladder, people. And the wind is blowing, and believe it or not, it's actually blowing the ladder back and forth. It's making the pump. So I apologize for the shakiness on the video, guys. I don't know what the heck's up with it. It never fails. But anyways, we bought the gallon because it was $90. So basically, it's like buying 3 quarts and getting 1 free. And being a 6x12 trailer, we was afraid it would take a little over 2 quarts, and so once you get over that 2 quarts part, you might as well go ahead and buy the gallon, because by the time you buy 3 quarts, you could get the gallon for the same price. So.
And we wanted to make sure that we were able to put as many coats as we needed. We want to make sure all those seams get sealed really, really well.
Yeah, and so being an older trailer, you'll see, I got video of the top here, you'll see, some other people had put some Cool Seal on it, they'd put some tape on the top trying to seal the gaps or the seams, I guess you'd say. And so, we debated on whether or not to take all that off or not. We decided not to, because this stuff is supposed to seal over anything. And there wasn't any loose place. If they'd been like loose mat or something like that, we would scrape that off. But
Definitely.
It wasn't that. It's just kind of bumpy. And so we decided to paint over it. So we're going to show you what we did to it. I got some time lapse. I got some other cool video. We'll roll those clips, show you what we did at the top. We are going to go back and do a second coat tomorrow. You have to wait 24 hours between coats.
So as you can see up here above us, we didn't go all the way to the edges because we're going to come back and do that second coat tomorrow. We'll do all that fine touch work after the second coat is applied.
Right. And so once we get it all done, we will show it to you, and then we'll test it out with a water hose and see if our leak is still there. Hopefully it'll be gone.
See if it's good.
And then next step is we're actually going to paint the whole side of this trailer, because it's real dull. I mean, it doesn't look terrible, but it's real dull. And then when you get this new shiny flex steel on top, it really looks dull. And so that'll be a later project before we put our logos on the side, and we'll try to cover that for you in a different video. This video is just going to be about the flex seal and how easy it goes on. And we'll show you the final result once we're done. And I'll tell you, some of the videos we saw, we was kind of scared of it because it said it was really thick. And you know, some other processes we looked at would roll on with a roller, and we liked that idea because, you know, it makes it real easy to apply. But this one, they actually talked about, when we watched some of the other videos, they said it was so thick it didn't want to, the roller didn't want to roll, and it was hard to get on. And so they advised taking little paint pads that you got to do trim paint with, to spread it with, and then go over it with a brush to kind of give it the texture. That was our original plan.
We came prepared to do that. Yeah, we had our brush, we had our spreader, and then once we got up there and got started, we found that it was the easiest process just to roll it.
Yeah, and you'll see the video of it. I mean, rolling it on. I mean, super easy. She did the whole top while I was filming. Somebody's got to hold the camera, right?
Somebody else is also afraid of heights.
I mean, they don't need to know that. But anyways, you'll see how easy it went on with the roller. And so I wouldn't hesitate, guys, you know, just do it with the roller if you feel more comfortable with that. You can brush it on, you can pour it on. I mean, all the instructions are on the can, but it really is that easy. It's super easy, and it's self-leveling, so you don't even have to worry so much about brush or roller marks. They just kind of level out. Yep. Let's get started. Alright, here we are on day 2. We put our first coat on yesterday on the trailer, let it dry overnight. As per the can instruction, you know, it's supposed to give it at least 24 hours. And we're a little short of the 24 hours, but we did come out here and touch it, and it is dry.
Looks amazing so far.
Yeah. We are going to do a second coat. There is some places that looks a little thin, a little light on there, so we're going to go ahead and do the second coat. And then we'll show you the finished product once we get that done. But so far, I mean, no joke, man, when you go up there and touch it, it feels like rubber.
It really does.
And it's looking great. So we'll get a second coat on here, and then we'll show you the finished project.
Can't wait to see it done.
Alright guys, here we are. We're giving it a test. We got 2 coats on there. And so we're taking the water hose on there and kind of, we don't have a direct spray on it, but we're trying to, you know, kind of simulate rain on it. Someone's up here on the ladder. Kind of spraying down on it here, so we'll see if it stops the leak or not. But I don't know if the camera's doing it justice or not, but it is for sure really, really beating up and turning the water off the top of it.
one that was leaking most. And it's just dry. Totally dry.
So, success.
Success.
All right, guys, there you have it. You saw us pouring water on it. No leaks where it used to leak at. We had 2 different ones, and bone dry in every one.
Yep.
And so, I mean, this stuff, we're super impressed with it.
Definitely.
And it actually seems, at least for us, it seemed to have stretched a little further than what the can says. And so we actually got a pretty good bit left. So if we needed to, we could go over it again if something happened. But knock on wood, so far with just testing it with a water hose, no leaks. We'll get a good rain on it here. Hopefully, I think in the next week or so, we're expecting some rain. And so we'll see how it holds up against that. But so far, we're very impressed.
Seems like it took care of all of our leaks, and it looks great too. So added bonus.
Yeah, and it's, I mean, again, super easy to apply. I mean, that's what intimidated us the most about trying to seal the roof on this trailer was, you know, some of the videos we watched was like, you know, it's just super thick, it's hard to deal with, and for us, it was no problem.
Yeah, we didn't have that issue. We just used a roller. Bad protocol on me, I guess. I just stuck the end of a small roller into the can and then just rolled it on, and it was super easy. We did this 6 by 12 foot trailer, obviously just the roof part, but we only used about a half a gallon.
Yeah. And so a whole gallon by the can standard is supposed to do 150 feet. So we should have used well over a half a gallon for what we did here, and it didn't even use quite a half. So
Right.
So again, guys, if you're thinking about trying something on this on your own, go for it. It is not as intimidating as what we thought it would be.
Nope, and it seems like it's worked absolutely great.
Yeah, and so hopefully that helps you out. See ya.
Bye, guys.